6 times to stay silent and let karma speak for you. Not every battle is worth fighting with words. Not every wound needs to be explained. And not every attack deserves a reaction. In a world where everyone shouts to be heard, where opinions are traded like currency, where ego demands immediate justice, there is a quieter path, a rarer path, and that is the path of silence. Because silence is not weakness. It is restraint. It is mastery. It is the ultimate proof that you trust the unfolding of the universe more than your need to control it. The strongest men, the ones who have mastered themselves, know this truth. There's a time to speak, and a time to stay silent, and simply let karma do what karma always does. The ancient Stoics understood this law of life. Epictetus once said, "If someone speaks ill of you, do not defend yourself. Simply say, 'He clearly doesn't know all my faults.' Or he would have said worse." That is the mindset of a man who does not chase reputation, but lives from alignment. There is wisdom in restraint. There is strength in silence. Because what is done in darkness always comes to light. And those who stay grounded while others rage, they're the ones who win the long game. Here are 6 moments when silence is not only strength. It is strategy. 1. When you are betrayed by someone close. Betrayal doesn't come from enemies. It comes from the people you held closest. The ones who swore loyalty. The ones who shared your meals, your secrets, your trust. And when they turn against you, it cuts deeper than any sword. The average man demands justice. He shouts. He exposes. He burns bridges in the heat of rage. But here's the truth. Betrayal is its own punishment. You don't need to retaliate. You don't need to shame them. You simply need to step back and let consequence do its quiet work. Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who committed the offense." Say nothing. Withdraw your energy. Let time reveal the truth. Because the one who betrayed you will one day find himself surrounded by the wreckage of his own dishonor. Meanwhile, you rise without spectacle. And in your silence, you preserve your dignity, something the betrayer never had to begin with. 2. When someone questions your worth, there will be people, often many, who doubt you. Who mock your ideas, who belittle your vision, simply because they cannot imagine a reality beyond their own limitations. They'll call you unrealistic. They'll say you're not enough. They'll laugh at your ambition, especially when you're just beginning. And most men will argue back. They'll try to justify their worth with explanations. They'll beg to be seen, to be understood. But you are not most men. The Stoic doesn't prove his worth through words. He proves it through being. Epictetus reminded us, don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. Let them talk. Let them doubt. And while they do, you build. In silence. In discipline. In darkness. Because one day, your results will stand tall. And those who once laughed, they won't be laughing anymore. A quiet builder becomes an unstoppable force. And when the fruit of your labor ripens, it will speak louder than any defense ever could. 3. When you're insulted in public, few things test your pride like public humiliation. A comment made to undermine you. A snide remark said in front of others. A joke that isn't funny. At your expense. Your blood boils. Your fists clench. And every fiber in your body screams. Defend yourself. But here's what the untrained don't understand. Silence. In that moment, breaks a man faster than retaliation ever could. A weak man reacts. A wise man endures. Seneca put it best. A man is as miserable as he thinks he is. If their words cannot touch your mind, then they cannot hurt you. So when insulted, do not speak. Stand firm. Let your calm be louder than their chaos. The person who insults you wants a reaction. They want proof they've gotten under your skin. But when you give them nothing, not even a glance, they crumble. Let your stillness be your sword. Let your composure echo through the room. Let your silence say, "You are not worth disturbing my peace." 4. When life breaks you down. There are moments in life when nothing makes sense. When death comes too early. When failure knocks too hard. When the weight of the world seems too heavy to carry. Most men fall apart. They curse fate. They rage against God. They scream into the void demanding answers. But the ones who become something greater, they suffer in silence. Not because they're numb, but because they understand. Pain is not personal. It is purifying. Marcus Aurelius taught, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Let life strip you down. Let it test you. Let it carve into you. Because what remains afterward is truth, is clarity, is a version of you no comfort could ever create. Gods are forged in fire, and warriors are refined in the silence of pain. So endure, without complaint, without theatrics. Let the storm pass, and when it does, the world will see what stood unmoved at the center of it. 5. When provoked by foolish people. Fools are loud. Fools are hungry for drama. They bait you with petty words, drag you into meaningless conflict, and feed off the chaos. They want a reaction, because to them, noise equals power. But remember, engaging with a fool only makes you look like one. Epictetus warned, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." You cannot argue with someone whose pride outweighs their curiosity. You cannot enlighten someone who refuses to look inward. So don't engage. Let them speak into emptiness. Let their insults bounce off your stillness. Because when you stay silent, they are forced to wrestle with their own noise. Nothing is more humiliating to a fool than a man who simply doesn't bite. Your indifference is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is the armor of a man who knows that peace is more precious than dominance. 6. When they spread lies about you. Lies are the weapons of cowards. They twist your name in the dark, hoping the shadows will keep you small. And when this happens, your instinct will be to fight, to correct, to explain, to plead your case before a jury that doesn't care. But truth needs no defense. Marcus Aurelius said, "If anyone can prove me wrong, I will gladly change, for I seek the truth, by which no one was ever truly harmed." The man who walks in truth does not chase reputation. He doesn't argue with fiction, because he knows, in time, truth rises, and liars collapse beneath the weight of their own deceit. Stay silent. Keep walking your path. Let time do what it always does. Reveal. Let others fight with their mouths. You fight with your presence. Let others chase revenge. You chase mastery. Let others scream for attention. You rise, without a sound. Final words. The world will test you. People will doubt you. Life will hit you harder than you expect. And when it does, you'll have a choice. React or remain. Explode or evolve. Chase noise or choose the calm. Immovable silence of a man who knows who he is. Because silence isn't just the absence of words. It is the presence of power. If this resonates with you, subscribe to the Stoic Temper. For more timeless wisdom to guide your journey from reaction to self-mastery.